Proverbs 4:23 reads in the ESV, said, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the spring of life." In the New Living Translation, it reads, "Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life." In both, it reveals actions of vigilance and guarding. In both cases, it carries a weight of importance and priority for our walk with God. In our modern world, the idea of the heart is defined by states of emotion. Yet in the biblical sense, it references to the whole personality, thoughts, and the core of our being beyond just emotion. When you think of the heart in those terms, the idea of being grounded and dependent on God and His heart translates to a deep spiritual life. In our focus to guard our hearts, it is so vital to lean close to Jesus. It is an active lifestyle of living life that reflects dependence on God. It is learning, leaning into God, even if we are brokenhearted. God is near and present when life is hard. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit, from Psalms 34:18. Our God is a God of personal relationship and compassion. The spiritual heart is like a spiritual organ that finds inspiration and devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Ephesians 3:14-19 gives us a picture of how our posture before God draws us closer to Jesus. "For this reason I bow my knees before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth is named, that according to the riches of His glory He may grant to you to be strengthened with power through His Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may have strength to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God." These verses remind us of our posture and attitude of worship and reliance on God for strength and love. The world around us is cluttered with many mixed messages, but God offers clarity as we put our faith in Him. Colossians 3:15 is a verse to say a prayer over our hearts, as it takes on a daily dependence to guard our hearts, so to be guided and led by Jesus. "And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful."